may be a resolution to that. I don't think, sorry about that. I agree that development is needed. I think that if you speak to anybody who live in these subdivisions, they'll say oftentimes there are amenities that are lacking. And I think that once we get a good handle on the municipal plan, as newly elected officials, we can identify these issues and address them in that plan, and to consult. We see the new development, Glen Crest, talking about working on a new plan that you'll see in various municipalities across the country, where you have everything accessible, such as Churchill Square. You can go to the doctor, you can grocery shop, things like that. So I think that we're making a full circle. I think that we as a city will be moving back into new developments such as that. But we also have to give people choice to step outside of the neighborhoods to avail of other services, so we don't want to push them all into neighborhoods.
Yeah, I think clearly we need to have mixed-use developments, mixed-use neighborhoods that offer those amenities. And, you know, Churchill Square is a great example. I think that clearly, in my mind anyway, Ken Mounteers was a colossal failure as a neighborhood, because it is not a neighborhood. And I've heard, you know, people coin this phrase, you know, build neighborhoods, not subdivisions, and that's clearly an example of a subdivision. And, you know, I grew up in McCown Heights. When I was a kid, we had an abundance of green space. There were pockets of fields and playgrounds scattered all around that area, and it was terrific. You know, I gotta say, it was a great place to grow up because of that green space. And that's just one part of what it takes to make a good development in my mind. So, you know, I think the long-term planning is the key. It doesn't appear that there was any planning involved in building Ken Mounteers in my mind, I think that's where it starts. The city needs to have a long-term plan of what it wants its future developments to look like, and let's go from there.
Yeah, I think that, you know, the developments we're talking about, like in the last 10 years, a lot of the growth that St. John's has seen has been absolutely brutal. It's been like unmitigated sprawl that when gas is $3 a liter, who's going to live out there? You know what I mean? And so I think that, and it's also an infrastructure nightmare. We have to wait until those roads start crumbling, the pipes start rotting out there. We're going to be paying for them, and they're and so it's going to be, it's just so spread out. It's so not dense, and so I guess that what we need to do, going forward is, to be able to stand up and say, no, this is a terrible development, and to put it back on developers to start following better practices when it comes to urban design. Make walkable neighborhoods, mixed use, like a variety of sizes of buildings and apartments and condos and low-income housing, and having mixed use, walkable developments that people are actually going to want to live in 30 or 40 years. And I think, and taking a firmer stand and having clearer regulations on that through the municipal plan and such, I think would be fantastic.